So, today I'm going to talk to you about how to get better at the skill of saying no and how you can get more comfortable in situations where you feel like you have to disappoint people or let them down if you say no. And I feel like I've gotten pretty good at this skill over the past couple years, and I feel like I've learned a lot about why saying no is important. So, that's what I hope to share with you today, and maybe you could get some value out of it. So before we begin, I actually just started a new free community where you can learn a little bit more about managing your time and using your time for purposeful work. And there's going to be some live calls, and I can actually meet you face to face, so that would be cool. You can check out the link in the description for that. So, sorry, my computer is kind of like flashy there. There we go. So I've gotten pretty good at saying no, and and I'm not saying it in a way that like, yeah, I say no to anything. But what it actually is it is a skill, and it is a challenging skill, and a very important challenging skill to have when you decide that you're going to focus on a big goal. And if you can get good at saying no to opportunities that you know won't move you towards your goal, then it's very powerful because think about think about our lives and think about all of the opportunities we get. Hey, do you want to go out on Wednesday night to meet up? Hey, do you want to go out on the weekend? Hey, do you want to go out on Saturday night? Think about all these opportunities we get in our lives and think of you saying yes to every single one. And then think of the guy who says no to every single one and use that time that was going to be spent on these opportunities. He uses that time to work on his goal. The guy who's working on his goal is going to accomplish the goal quicker. It's that simple. So I'm not saying that one path is right or is more right than the other, but what I am saying is that if you are prioritizing a big goal, then the fastest and best way to get to that goal is by learning how to say no. And I feel like I've gotten to this understanding, which has kind of helped me, and I've gotten good at being the guy that being like the odd guy in a lot of like social circles. You know, with my family, I go to some family events and I don't drink. And, I get trouble for it sometimes. Not like they're like peer pressuring me, but it's more like, oh, have fun sometimes and relax. Or, it's okay to eat some like cookies every once in a while. And like which I get, my family has the best intentions for me. That's not that's not what I'm questioning. But what I'm questioning is the like influence, I guess, because we do all get influenced by the people that we're around. So to if we say yes to every opportunity, like, oh, do you want this junk food? Oh, do you want to drink? If you say yes every time, but you know deep down that like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, or oh, I'm trying to be healthier, then you're never going to accomplish that goal because you're just going to give in to every opportunity. And this isn't just in regards to junk food. This also is in regards to like hanging out with your friends. Like you may get asked to go out on like a Saturday night, and you realize that if you go out, that's going to keep you up till like 12 o'clock or like 1 o'clock in the morning. And for you, your goal is like health right now, and your goal is working on a business. So if you go out at 12 o'clock, then, or if you're out till like 1 o'clock that day, then you're not going to be able to like work on business that next day, or you're going to be really tired at least. So if we can start to like observe all these opportunities that will take us away from our goal, it's a good place to be in. So, like I said, I've gotten pretty good at being the guy that like disappoints people. At least maybe not disappoint people, but like at least be able to say no. And like at work, when I was in my full-time job, we always had food. There was like pizza and there was always like snacks. And everybody else would be like eating it, and they would be like, "You gotta eat, like you're so skinny, like you gotta eat." But I know that if I eat pizza, it's just gonna make me feel bad. And I just know that intuitively. And I know that I want to say no when these opportunities come up. But if I said yes, oh, fine, I'll eat the pizza, just because I wanted to avoid that little like awkward them giving me trouble, then it's like if you say yes every single time, it's just going to take way longer for you to get to where you want to go. So hopefully that makes sense on why it's important to be able to say no. And yeah, what I'm going to talk about is how you can actually get better yourself on saying no. And the first way is to simply do it more often. So simply just start saying no more often. Like if an opportunity comes up, say no without having a reason. And I know it sounds like kind of bad, but you do need to get good at this skill. You're not going to say no forever. You're just saying no for now. Like if you can get good at saying no and not having a reason, it's you're more in control of your life. Like, oh, do you want to go out this weekend or do you want to do this? No. Nope. And don't give a reason. And I know it sounds like it kind of sounds bad, but trust me, like it's powerful. If you can say no without feeling like you have to explain yourself, then you have control of your decisions then. You're just building that skill of getting control of your decisions. Another way to get good at saying no is to analyze every single opportunity as you're asking yourself, is this a good return on my investment of time and energy? And again, it might sound a little like transactional, But when you're focused on your goal, you have to start to become aware of these opportunities and ask yourself, if I spend my time and energy doing this, is it going to move me closer to my goal? And if the answer is no, then you're going to have to say no to the opportunity. And the last thing that you want to do is simply just start to become more aware of these opportunities in general. So, the way to do this is just start to like take a look at all of the things that come up in your life, like, hey, do you want to do this weekend? Or hey, do you want to go out this weekend? Or what are you doing on Wednesday night? What are you doing this day? Start to become more aware of all these opportunities that are coming up in your life, and you'll realize that if you say yes to every single opportunity, then like you're getting pulled in these directions. You're not really in control of your life if you just automatically say yes to avoid the awkward interaction that will happen if you say no. So, hopefully, this makes sense and you can become a little bit better at the skill of saying no and become more aware of like the opportunities that can pull you away from your goal. So, hopefully, this helps and you got some value out of this. Again, check out the link in the description if you'd be interested in that. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. Hit that like and subscribe button if you got some value. Thank you.